No.
Alright, so our presentation's on the sun, and it's by us, So the history of discovery is, it's kind of boring actually, because obviously the sun has always been there, but the Aztecs had originally worshipped the sun, because they were scared it would go away and they wouldn't be able to survive without it. So there's a sculpture of their idea of what the sun god looks like, and they made sacrifices to the sun god. And then, this is the distance and size of the sun. So the sun is not always the same distance from Earth. So at perihelion, it is 147.1 million kilometers away, which is the shortest distance when it is from Earth. And then at aphelion, it is 152.1 million kilometers, which is the longest distance that it ever is.
Okay, so the makeup of the sun. So the sun is primarily composed of the chemical elements hydrogen and helium, and they account for 74.9 and 23.8 of the mass of the sun in the photosphere. And so the heavier metal elements make up less than 2%. Okay. So the sun was formed about 4.57 billion years ago from the collapse of part of a giant molecular cloud that consisted mostly of hydrogen and helium, and that probably gave birth to many other stars. So this is sure of that. So the atmosphere of the sun is composed of several layers, mainly the photosphere, which is right here, and the chromosphere right here, and the corona. And so it's in these outer layers that the sun's energy, which has bubbled up from the sun's interior layers, and that's detected as sunlight. And the lowest layer of the sun's atmosphere is the photosphere.
Okay, so now we're gonna have you guys watch this video right here.
No, sorry. No.
Well,
The more you click it, the more.
No, I'm trying.
okay, well, the video is not working, so we're gonna have you guys watch it over here.
It's so important in everything. I mean, it's everything. It's everywhere. So it's such a fundamental part of everything that exists.
Fundamental and fast. The fastest thing in the cosmos. Traveling at 186,000 miles per second.
The sun's about 93 million miles away from us. So going at 186,000 miles per second, that's about 8 minutes.
But those 8 minutes are just the brief last leg of its incredible journey. It may have taken the light as much as 1 million years to escape from the sun's raging interior. Which means the light we're seeing right now was created long before our ancestors left the plains of Africa.
When I first learned this fact, I was already a practicing scientist, and I never really thought about that. And on first glance, it just blew me away.
Right now, light reaching me from the sun was produced before there was even human civilization. And yet the minute it gets to the surface of the sun, it races away and is here 8 minutes after that. It's an incredible idea.
So basically what the idea is with that video is that the sun is generating its light from a long time ago, and the light that we're getting from it now it's not just every day, there's being more created, it's just been there for a while, and now we have it. So this was from a book by George Gamow about how burning trees doesn't really benefit us, other than having a fire. I don't know why else you would burn a tree. But when we burn trees, we can never get back as much energy as was stored in the leaves from the sun. So without the sunlight, there would be no forests now or in the past, and there will also be no coal or oil deposits on the earth. But basically, what's said in this book is that the trees absorb all the energy from the sun. So when we burn it, we're not going to get any more out of it than was already in the tree. So it's basically just pointless.
Okay, so what he also said was that the sun emits radioactive particles, alpha and beta, and can have bad effects on human skin. Sunburns are caused by too much exposure to UV light, which can burn the skin. The problem with that is that too much exposure to the sun can cause skin cancer and other diseases.
Okay, so again, I was talking about this in the beginning, but the Aztecs had prayed to the sun god that they would keep giving them sun like continuously. And the Aztecs basically had this statue called the Pyramid of the Sun, I believe, and they would sacrifice their people's hearts to the sun in hopes that their god would maintain their goodwill. And now we've got a video from Crash Course, just telling you a little bit about the sun. We're gonna play the app for you.
How do helium atoms are made? A lot. Get this. Every second of every day, the sun converts 700 million tons of hydrogen into 695 million tons of helium. The missing 5 million tons, the equivalent weight of 15 Empire State Buildings, is converted into energy. And that's a lot of energy. Enough, in fact, to power a star. It's equivalent to detonating 400 billion 1 megaton nuclear bombs every single second. That's millions of times the entire nuclear arsenal of our planet, every second. And that's why, even from a distance of 150 million kilometers, the sun is so bright you can't even look at it. Even from that distance, its heat can be felt on your skin when you stand outside. Hydrogen fusion occurs in the core of the sun. The energy released heats the gas above the core, but not quite enough to fuse hydrogen into helium. Further from the sun's center, the gas becomes less dense. And at some point, the heat pouring up from below makes the gas buoyant. It rises in the same way a hot air balloon on Earth rises. This process.
So that video basically just tells you about like how the sun creates its heat, and that we were also talking about that earlier with like the chemicals that make up the sun. And now we've got a song for you, kind of like Noah and Annabelle's song. It's called the Sun Song, and we got this little guy with his sunglasses. And no, there's no point because he is the sun. He's not blocking the sun.
According to my calculations, we are now approaching the sun. It's getting pretty hot out here.
So hot, so hot. Check me out, I'm hot. Yo, everyone, I'm the sun. I make gas like hydrogen and helium. I keep the earth warm and help you grow food. I shine on the beach on guys who say, I set it to the west and on comes night, and then I rise from the east with that cold and light. So hot and bright, 28 billion degrees Fahrenheit. I make plants grow like trees and flowers, so powerful. Got that solar power, make the deserts dry, make the oceans rise. Don't stare right at me, I can hurt your eyes. I'm just about 1 million miles wide. I'm so big you can fit 1 million Earths inside. I'm the center of the solar system, can you see? Got so much gravity.